Good morning, fellow travelers. Just Jeremiah here in Bloomsburg. Sorry, part of Minneapolis. It's a very uppity, well-to-do part. It's where the Mall of America is, the largest mall in the world. So today is the morning of my mom's funeral, and I am doing her eulogy. So I've just been reflecting on all of our beautiful memories, and it's kind of cool because it's bringing out ones I haven't thought of in a while, and I've got to get it all in order, in a loose order, and then I've got to say it out loud a few times to kind of get the tears out before I'm there, because it's gonna be hard. I celebrate my mom's life, but it doesn't mean that it's not hard. So yeah, I gotta get to it, but it's a beautiful morning. Let's check it out. Here in the concrete jungle. Can't wait to get back to the wilderness after I'm done helping take care of my mom's wishes. Unfortunately, my brother and I had a small falling out argument thing, and that's nothing new. So it's going to be kind of awkward there, but I doubt he's going to start crap at the funeral, and I know I'm not, so whatever. Family's not easy. I'm actually going to do like a Facebook Live so my mom's friends can watch the service. But I have so much to take care of today. I'm going to get to it. See ya. Yeah, after today, I mean, again, I'm still going to personally reflect, but I don't want you to feel like this channel is all about, I'm sure you know it's not, but some of you new people might have just popped up and been like, dude, he's hurt, he's hurt. His mom passed. Like, wow, I don't want to be depressed. I'm going back to the news. Yeah, that's not what I want. And as much as I'll keep it raw and real, I'm at peace with how everything went down. And I know that, I get to go and celebrate this beautiful world my mom got to share with me for those 70 years. Well, not with me, but you get it. So that's the plan. Pretty sure I'm flying to Denver Friday, but I don't know. We'll see. I didn't buy the ticket yet. Hey, I'm really going to go now. Hopefully this next video rocks. It might be hard, it might not be an easy one, but like I said, tomorrow's videos will be, they should be back on track, back towards some interesting stuff, some fun stuff. Love you all. Take care. It's just about time. My mom looks so happy. They did a good job. Yes, sir?
I'll give you a different stand, maybe it'd work better.
All right, cool. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Let me just check.
Thank you. If not, that should work, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're getting a stand together so I can live stream for all the family and friends that aren't able to be here. The home helps so much. My mom's expenses, all the plans we set up, they covered it. They covered all the expenses, so there's no issues with having to throw any extra. Not that there would be, but it's tough. It's tough. Any issue's tough when someone passes. But it was really nice to see my mom, and she looked so peaceful. They did such a good job here. She looked happy, and I got to hold her hand. And she was done up in her beautiful Mormon garments, and the garments are sacred undergarments for them to wear. She looks so beautiful. I wasn't about to show you guys because that's a little bit too much, but man, I gotta get this crying out before I have to do the eulogy. My eulogy is I got 3 pages, and I talk so fast. I really have to slow it down because I think they're about to start. I gotta get going. Love you guys. About to go try to not stumble over this eulogy. Thanks for watching. Yeah, like I said, it'll get a lot more positive soon. But I'm going to celebrate my mom's life. That's what I'm doing. If I'm crying, it's just for selfish reasons.
Brother Jeremiah.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in celebration of my mother Muriel's life. My mom's main passions have always been very simple: her family, her friends, and her faith. Although she struggled like the rest of us, I've never questioned her passion for those three elements of her life. My mom grew up in a loving household in Hartford, Connecticut. Her late father, Idris, and late mother, Roseanne, raised 3 children, of which she was the first. My mom and her first sibling, the middle child, Teresa, although they've had their struggles like any siblings do, my mom always loved her. She privately looked up to and admired my Aunt Teresa's strength for sure. I think I'm bouncing. Her youngest sibling, her brother Ron, he hit the road and started traveling while he was still young. And although they never really lived near each other, she was always so thrilled to see him anytime he came to visit. She loved the fact that he chose to live life his way, and always felt a strong bond with him, even when they were so far apart. My mother had met my father while they were both very young, and as those things go, my oldest sibling Dan was in the picture in no time. I'll never forget growing up and going through all the old photo albums of the times when our family had been happy and whole. My father, mother, and brother had gone on 2 cross-country trips, if I'm not mistaken, and the photos of those trips had always inspired me to someday live my own life in travels. The photos they took also drove me towards the passion for photography that I pursued as I grew into a man. Although my parents divorced when I was 3, I always look back to the good times before I was born and thought fondly of them. One of my favorite photos was always the one of my brother's 5th birthday. They had dressed Dan up as a cowboy with pistols, a cowboy hat, heck, everything but the chaps. In the photo, they asked him to scowl. He had his best cowboy scowl going on, and in the process, he peed his pants. So this picture is this cute little 5-year-old cowboy, and just this, trying to look tough with a wet stain in his pants. It was so funny. I'll never forget. We would go through those photos like. How about it, Dad? We go through those photos almost every other week. Mom loved that day. She would always talk about it. I think that's part of the reason that's one of my favorites. Times were good then, and they were also happy. One moment, I'm sorry. I just thought it was so funny. I love my brother, and sorry I'm like laughing at the fact that he peed himself when he was 5, but it was such a good picture. When my mom moved to Pennsylvania while I was 3, her parents came to live just a few blocks away from us. We would go there to visit and share meals several times a week. Card and board games were one thing that we definitely enjoyed together as a family. My sister and mom especially loved to play cards together. Their relationship was always very, very special. My mom was so very smart. It was almost impossible to beat her at Scrabble, and I tried. Those times together with my grandparents, my mother, and my sister were always very special to me. Once when I was young, there was a tornado that came through our trailer park. Go figure, a tornado coming for a trailer park. I'll never forget waking up in the middle of the night with the house shaking, the hailstorm coming down, thunder and lightning, and my mom was bent over me, praying and protecting me. And all I can think of that moment was she chose me and not my sister. Of course, she loves us all very much. And my sister's room was at the other end of the house. My sister never grew up through the whole thing, did you, Diane? Literally, trailer park, like tornado a quarter mile away. My mom's faith was always unwavering. The LDS church was her rock, and she was never shy about sharing her beliefs. Even while struggling financially, she always paid her tithing and wouldn't think to miss a day of church. She was the librarian for a lot of the time, and she just loved going to church an hour early and then leaving after it left. And for those of you who didn't grow up in the LDS church, it's a 3-hour service. And so that was 5 hours every Sunday. And I have always been very, very hyperactive. So as much as I did enjoy going to church, it was tough. And I would run around and get in trouble playing in the gymnasium when I should have been reverent, definitely. But yeah, we spent a lot of time at church and at church activities. That was one of the main focuses of my mom's life. She taught us kids to put a focus on always choosing the right. One of the main tenets of the Mormon religion, choose the right. Specifically, she ingrained in me the urge to look out for those who no one else seems to. She's taught me to look out for the little guy. That's a big reason why, I felt towards the end, that's why I was there for her, What's funny is that as a kid, I would always get so embarrassed at how she would stop and have open conversations with everyone she came across. I can't begin to imagine how many grocery store baggers she told her life story to over the years. And now, as I'm older, I'm exactly that same person. I'll stop on the street and just talk to every single person. She definitely passed on the gift of gab to me. And it's funny how the things that embarrass and annoy us while we're growing up, they end up being the things that are the most endearing memories for us as we grow into an adult. Thinking back on favorite memories is tough because there are so many. I'd say that one of the ones that tops the list is the time we all went on a hike at Buffalo State Park together in Pennsylvania. My Aunt Teresa, my Uncle Pat, my cousins Patrick and Soraya, my sister was there, I think my brother was there, pretty sure even my nephew Josh was there. I forget, but long story short, my mom struggled with her health, and unfortunately, she had struggled with her weight. And regardless, she did the whole 6.5 mile hike, up and down hills. It might have taken as many hours, but I don't think our family was ever as proud of our mom as that day. It was such a beautiful day, and being someone that loves hiking so much, that was hands down my most special memory with my mom. It's just, getting to do that hike with her, even though I've done it, dozens of times on my own. So, as the years passed, my mom always stayed very close to her parents. She talked to her mother every single day on the phone for all of her life. They were very close, and I miss both of them so much. When my mom's father passed away almost a decade ago, she took it very hard. I think we all did in our family. My mom's final years are some of my very best memories. We spent the last decade building up an already special relationship, but getting to come and care for her when she was in need really brought us together even more. I'm being a little too structured with this. I think I'm just going to put it aside and talk from the heart. So getting to go to be there for my mom 3 years ago, it's one of the most special things in my life that I got to do. She was basically suffering, and she was kind of ready to pass 3 years ago. And whether selfishly or not, I remember going to her and being ready to help her pass, and then realizing that she started healing. Just a little bit of Paul Simon, a hand to hold, big smile, her favorite TV shows. What was the name of that one movie we used to watch, Diane? Oh man, the one Mormon. I'll remember it by the end. Well, yeah, so I just played all of her favorite stuff, and within like 2-3 days, she just started coming back out again. And I just remember telling her, as much as you're ready to go, I would love if you gave a shot at learning to be happy again. And, I'll be here to guide you. So I had the opportunity, thankfully, because my life is so carefree. It's easy to think what you want about my lifestyle, but it gave me the opportunity to go be there for my mom. And I got to move with the help of one of my very best friends, Dan Fletcher. He helped me while I was struggling financially, scrambling to get here and get set up. And I got to live a 1/4 mile from my mom while she was in her home. And just seeing her just blossom back to life was the most magical thing I've ever experienced. She came back to herself, and we would go and I'd take her on walks outside. Easter 2 years ago, we did like 11 miles I pushed her. We loved food. I would cook her meals from scratch out of the courtyard or bring them, and it was just really special getting to share those moments with her and getting to see her learn to be happy again. My mom, with her faith, being in a home, a senior facility, it was very hard for her, but her faith came to good use because there were so many people that were suffering and so many people that were at the end of their life and the process of them passing. She would come in and let them know there's nothing to be afraid of. She was there for so many people, and every time it hurt her, but she kept doing it. It's to the point where the home told me that literally she had like a special place there where families would come and see my mom after the fact because she had been there for them, been there for their loved one at the very end. I had really hoped to be there for my mom in that same capacity, and although I didn't get that opportunity, that gave her the chance to die peacefully, and she didn't suffer long. It's very quick. And as hard as that is, for selfish reasons, like that's so beautiful, No one wants to suffer extended, and no one wants to see their loved ones suffer, and she didn't. Last year, I remember before COVID, it was hard. COVID was tough, the lockdown. Being in a home, we couldn't see her. She couldn't have visitors. She couldn't make it outside. These people were protecting, were suffering because of the protection. And I just remember getting this overwhelming feeling that I had to let her know that if things started going rough, that she didn't have to hold on for me or for anyone else. Not that she needed my permission to pass. I just didn't want her to feel like she had to stick around and try really hard, just keep suffering just for my selfish reasons. And it's beautiful because when I got to tell her, that, if it gets to that point, don't be afraid. I swear after that point, she really found some true happiness. I feel like after that point, she finally was living for herself. And, even though I couldn't see her through COVID, I kept in touch. And, the very moment, the very first day that they allowed people, I made sure to fly right to her. And we spent the most beautiful week back in April. We created all of our old favorite memories. We went, we had lunch on the river on the St. Croix, got ice cream at Leo's. That's where we ate with Carmen Diner. I got to push her across the river, across the Stillwater Lift Bridge like I had promised 2 years earlier. And she just really made me feel so special and accepted my whole life. I don't live a traditional lifestyle, and my mom has never made me feel judged for that. Our relationship has been so special. I've been completely transparent, and I'm out there. Been completely transparent for years, and she's done nothing but make me feel special. She through her faith, she taught me faith. Through her religion, I got to learn about theology and about other people's beliefs, and I got to learn the value of choosing the right. And when I got to talk to her the last time, it was really nice. The last thing she said to me, it was hard, but she said, I don't want to make you feel weird, and I know you won't take this the wrong way, but she said, when I'm struggling emotionally or whatever in the home, she said that I just want you to know that it has nothing to do with how much you're calling or not. It was tough because, being there for my mom, I had to be there for myself. With healing, if you give all of it away to the person who needs healed, then you're not going to have anything else to give. It's such a weird, tough balance. While healing, you have to balance your own energies almost first so that you can have anything left over to give. And it was tough because I always felt the struggle. In order to be there for her, I had to be there for me, which made me feel like I wasn't there for her. But she really just absolved me of a lot of needless guilt and shame that I've just been struggling through these past few years. And I can't assume she knew she was going to pass, but I just think it's really beautiful that that's probably the last gift she gave me. I could go on, and I'm sure I can, but I want to share some of the most special things that we had going on. When I was a kid, maybe 4, 5, 6, my mom had this pattern we do. When we go to sleep at night, my mom would come in and she would say the words, "Good night, sleep tight, see you in the morning, pleasant dreams, I love you." And I guess right now I just want to say it with my own twist. And she's right here. And, good night, sleep tight, see you on the other side. I love you. Thank you all for being here.
I'm going to disappear behind. As sisters in Zion, we all work together. The blessings of God on our neighbors we seek. Will build up his kingdom with earnest endeavor. Will comfort the weary and strengthen the weak. The errand of angels given to women. And this is a gift that as sisters we claim. To do whatsoever is gentle and human. To cheer and to bless in humanity's name. Yesterday, 6 sisters in Zion gathered together to dress Muriel in the robes that she would wear in the temple. These were 6 very different people with very different experiences. Some had performed this service before for the sisters that they knew, and in some cases the sisters that they didn't know. Some had never done it before. It was a time of great love and great beauty. Even though we come to it with a natural nervousness and discomfort, by the end, I think we had all felt the Spirit and felt the great beauty of the opportunity to serve our sister for one last time. This great opportunity of service comes to all of us. And Muriel was one who has served those around her as well, and had service given to her in her time, that it continues throughout all our lives and throughout our eternities as well. And we are grateful for her life and for the opportunity to serve each other, because we know that when we are serving each other, we are serving God, and that we are learning and growing from this experience. And I say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Maria's my best friend. We did nearly everything together. We met at a time when both of us were going through divorce. I was 32 and she was 34. And I thought she was very friendly. It was easy to like her. She loved everyone and everyone was her friend. If we had investigators in the church, she would be one of the first to make them feel welcome. She was always a strong member of the church. She read her scriptures fervently and knew them very well. She had a great love for the Book of Mormon. She was always temple-worthy, and she never faltered from the truth. She never missed church on Sunday. She encouraged me to go to attend senior events. She was always involved with those activities. We sang for a state choir event, where a group of us went to Washington, D.C. Visitor Center for Christmas, and it was a lot of fun doing that. She was involved in family history. We went to Brooklyn one day to research records. She taught gospel essentials for years. She enjoyed meeting investigators and new members. She was my friend when my second husband died. I really needed her to be there, and I was glad she was. And we always went to the temple together. She loved the temple. I really got to know her when she was in the nursing home. I called her once a week, and we were really connected. endurance, and patience. She didn't complain or get angry about not being able to walk or to see, or being in a place where she was confined and not having the freedom to go where she wanted. She really loved her children. She was very grateful. Jeremiah could be with her for that year. She talked a lot about Jeremiah and was very happy. She totally changed when he started coming. She was like, she couldn't hardly talk, and her mind was everywhere. And after Jeremiah came to her, she just came herself. I mean, it was remarkable the change. She was so happy. She was very happy when Diana would call. When Diana would call, it made her so happy. It encouraged her. She was very happy when Brother Anderson or her visiting teachers would visit. She would talk about that. She was grateful for the missionaries who came every weekend and read her a chapter of the Book of Mormon because she couldn't see or read. She had more clarity in speech when she knew someone cared. I started sending her notes every week because she was having problems with conversation and I just know that I loved her very much. And I did everything with her. I thought she was so special, and she really touched my heart a lot. And she was. I mean, she was always there. I mean, Muriel, you know, it was her. It was always, we were always together doing everything. And I miss her. And I wish I could have seen her before she died. It made me happy with Jeremiah. She showed me some pictures. Yeah. Yeah, I loved her very much. She means a lot to me. Thank you.
And I'll fill in on the, yep, going. Again, remember you're facing the coach because we're going to keep backing up, okay? Just be careful doing it. Maybe go a little bit more forward so I can get on to the, okay? Yep. Keep backing up. Back up. Back up. And front side, you're gonna lead now. There we go. Yep. Little lift to that first roller, and then we'll drop it back there.
I had such a great day. You guys might think that I'm a weirdo or a psychopath, and maybe some people at the funeral did, but just getting to close out this chapter of my life in such a beautiful way just felt so powerful. Knowing that my mom's wishes were all taken care of and that there were no financial issues, be it extra money for us to fight over or extra costs. Having my mom's friend Fran here and her friend Rachel, getting to see my sister's ex-husband Blanc, who had helped take care for my mom for several years before she entered the nursing home. Such a powerful day. And I'm 10 people away from my eligibility for monetization of my ads on YouTube. I have to go through an application process, but oh my gosh, it's crazy. As when one door closes, another one opens. It was such a nice day. My mom looked so beautiful, and that smile on her face, it was crazy. I could ramble on, but I just wanted to let you know how great of a day I had. Celebrating my mom's life, and I decided to stay and have another couple of days to rebuild my relationship with my sister and to spend time with her daughter, her son, her son's father, and her new boyfriend. I feel so blessed. And I know that it's not everyone's style, but if you watched this far, it's yours. And that means you're a very real person, and you're okay with real people. And I care about you. Thank you so much. Good night.